Hi, DeDe. I am super excited to be able to do this spotlight interview with you and give other people the opportunity to get to know you and how wonderful you are and the services that you provide. So, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us why you do what you do?
So yeah, thanks, Catherine. So my name is DeDe Jacques, and I own account on DeDe. We have full service accounting, payroll, bookkeeping, tax. We help with business structure, so all the things. Um, the reason why, so I homeschooled my kids for a while. I got back into the workforce because they started going to college, so we needed some money for that. And I kind of fell into taxes, but I realized that it was what I wanted to do when I grow up. So
Yeah, yeah.
at 49, I was like, oh, this is what I want to be. Because I love details and I love puzzles. And to me, a tax return is like puzzles, like
Oh,
everything
nice.
has a spot to fit into. Bookkeeping is the same way. So dealing with numbers to me, just, I don't know, like it's my happy place.
Uh-huh.
And and then also just in this, I realized that I was able to show my kids that you're never too old to grow and change and like change career paths, do whatever it is that makes you happy.
I love that because I didn't start my career outside the home till I was 50. So you and I are in
Yeah.
the same boat. And and it also proved to myself, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not that I'm like, okay, because that was one of the things for me entering into the workforce at 50. I was like, am I too old? You know, everybody that has had a career for the last 20 years instead of raising
Yep.
kids, are so much farther ahead than me. And I found out that that does not matter.
It
Um,
doesn't.
and
Yeah.
that was such a relief, because a lot of times, I know a lot of moms, stay-at-home moms that were entering into the workforce about the same time I was. And that's what a lot of us were wondering is like, are we going to be, taken seriously because we've been out of the game for so long and that kind of a thing. So I love that you mentioned that because that's really important.
Yeah.
And the thing is too that's funny, and I didn't ever think of this as I was raising my kids, but like I have a whole lifetime left ahead of me, once they're
Yeah.
gone and stuff. I kind of was like, oh, I'm going to have all this freedom. What am I going to do? And then I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I've got like a good at least 25 years left in me. I can do something productive. So I
Yeah.
love
Well,
that.
and the proving it to my showing it to my kids was after the showing it to me. So
Yes.
so like you're saying, whenever I realized because I homeschooled my kids and stuff, and I was like, okay, I always prided myself on being a quick learner, but my brain is so full for
Yes.
things for my kids and the schooling I did for them. Can I learn again? And then I realized, oh yeah, I like all the learning I had to do for homeschooling them was learning, and I still can learn. And not some ways I'm not quite as sharp as when I was 20, but um, I love learning and not necessarily just sitting in the classroom with books,
Right.
but life learning and everything. And so yeah, but it is nice to be able to prove to yourself that you can do things and you can do hard things
Yes.
um and you can succeed. When my dad was 40, he lost his job and he said, "I'm too old, nobody will hire me."
Wow.
And that was back in the 80s, which 40 was like 50 now, but you
Right.
and I were both 50 when we started our next career.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. So your dad actually set a good example for you because I mean he
Yeah.
had to, right? Because you guys still have to pay or they have to still pay the bills, but um I think it's incredible what we can accomplish if we will let ourselves. And a lot of times I don't ever think that oh, I don't think I can do it thought comes from a higher power. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no. It's a
It's
lower
always
power.
yes, exactly. It comes from low energy, lower power,
Yeah.
and it's there to stop us. And I
Yeah.
just think, man, if we could get all that out of the way, what could we accomplish? So I think it's pretty incredible. And so tell me about your staff because you have employees, correct?
Yes, yes. And I have actual employees that are not 1099. Some people call those employees. Those are not employees. Those are
Yes.
contractors. So, yeah, so my friend Sandy had worked with me for a year and a half at the last place, and she came with me to start my business. So she's been with me for 3 years now. I seriously could not have done it without her.
I
So
love
our
that.
strengths and weaknesses complement each other so perfectly. We make a really good person
I love that.
together. So she's my office manager, head bookkeeper, and just extraordinaire. And then right now I have a couple of part-timers. I have a gal that does payroll and helps with LLCs because she needed a more full-time job. So she does that evenings, weekends, and her remote day at home.
Oh,
And then I
nice.
have a new admin assistant who just came on with me month and a half, 2 months ago, and she is fitting in so nicely because I needed somebody that had some of my strengths and some of Sandy's strengths, and she's
Yes.
kind of just taking that role over and doing really well. And then a few months ago, I actually partnered with another bookkeeper.
Oh,
So
nice.
not super common in the business, but
Yeah.
a friend of mine that we met through networking groups and stuff when we both did other jobs. She has her own bookkeeping company just for bookkeeping. And I was getting to the point of growth that it was hard for me to oversee the bookkeeping portion. So she is now my
Oh,
bookkeeping manager,
oh, nice.
and I am actually her tax manager. She was not offering tax services. So now she's able to offer tax services with my help. So we partnered together, and um, we each have our own businesses still and our own brands, but we're able
Yeah.
to like share percentages and everything. And it's been working out really wonderfully. We work really well together. We've always enjoyed working together. So,
That is fantastic because oftentimes you will hear about the nightmare stories, of, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have partnered with whoever or whatever. But
well, that's also partly why we didn't partnership, like technically partnership.
yes,
We wanted to keep that separate because that does get really tricky in there whenever you
right.
are official partners. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I think that that's such a fantastic opportunity, like you said, for both of you, because, you're able now, or she's able now to offer the tax um, side, and you're able to have somebody that can manage the bookkeeping side
Yeah.
for you. So that's wonderful. And I don't think that a lot of people think of doing that with their business because it's maybe, I've got to, keep my own clientele. Ah, look at your puppy.
Yes. This is my Charlie girl.
Oh my goodness, so cute. Um, we have an office dog too, since we work from home.
Oh, yeah. I know so
But
many people can be competitive, and I'm
yes,
even in a lunch group, a monthly lunch group with local bookkeepers. And now I'm really the only person that's active in it that does tax, but we share business, like because sometimes somebody's not a good fit
right,
or
yeah,
somebody doesn't offer something, and so we share business, and it's nice because we have a group of people that have just decided that there's enough business to go around. We're not going to compete and we
yes,
can help each other out.
that's right. And I think that is the fastest path to growth is when
Yeah,
you don't think of others as competition, and because we're not going to be for everybody,
right.
and it's just kind of crazy to think that no, I can fit for everybody and everybody's going to like me and want to work with me. There's going to be
Yeah.
different situations, and
Well, and that's whenever you get the clients that you really shouldn't have.
yes, yes,
Whenever you don't know how to say no, you take every client that you can, and yeah, it ends up just not really working out. It's nice whenever you can start seeing who is for you and who's not.
yes.
She's
Charlie
very
girls for
spoiled, you can
you.
tell.
What a sweetheart. Well, how can people get a hold of you?
So I have a great website. I mean, it's not like it's super fancy, but it's very functional. So,
Yes.
and it's got scheduling links and things like that. And it's accountondede.com. And then I'm on Instagram at account on DeDe and Facebook account on DeDe and LinkedIn account on DeDe.
Perfect.
And and then LinkedIn also my DeDe Jacques is is mostly just business stuff, so it's
Okay.
connected with that.
Okay, awesome. Well, we are going to post this all over the place and let people get to know you because you're fantastic. And I love that because one of the things that impressed me about you when we first got to know each other was how you tailor it to the business. You don't just have like a one size fits all, everybody's going to get charged XYZ a month, that you really
Right.
take.
So that is one thing that I like to do because I work with a lot of micro businesses or solopreneurs. So they don't need a full service, and I'm able to just find what works for them. Sometimes they can do their own books and I can just do reviews for them for a while.
Uh huh.
And then I can start doing their books whenever they get busier. I mean,
Yeah.
usually that's like the nightmare place for a bookkeeper is to have the client doing their own books.
Yes.
But I do have a software that's actually as easy as working on a spreadsheet
Oh,
that
that's
I
awesome.
recommend to people. It's different than QuickBooks. It's called Zero, starts with an X, but and I even can offer levels of QuickBooks and Zero that you can't get yourself that are cheaper. I offer them for
Oh,
$20 a month.
interesting.
Yeah, because they're called accountant only plans or partner plans.
Okay.
So, and then, but I always tell people, I go, I don't need your business just to have business. If it's not a good
Yes.
fit, and if I overcharge you, it's not sustainable to you or me because I'll end up
Right.
losing you. So let's just see what it is you need so that you are set for taxes and staying compliant with everything, but then we can grow together.
That's perfect. I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Everybody, reach out to DeDe. Even if you don't need accounting or bookkeeping needs, get to know her because she's just a fantastic person.
Thank you, Catherine.
And I've really enjoyed getting to know you over the last couple of years and appreciate your friendship and everything that you do to help business owners. I appreciate that.